Joe Biden held his big boy press conference yesterday to address the concerns about his declining mental health.
Big boy press conference. Big boy press conference. Big boy press conference. A big boy press conference. A big boy press conference. Press conference. I guess a big boy press conference is what we're calling it. Press conference. The big boy press conference. Y'all are planning to have.
And you know he must have done well because this guy says that there are a lot of people who owe President Biden an apology right now. Also, this guy says a lot of folks owe Joe Biden an apology right now. This guy also says that all of y'all owe Biden an apology. Also, this guy says a lot of folks owe Biden an apology right now. So yeah, judging by the creepy coordinated effort to whitewash that press conference yesterday, you could probably guess it was a shit show. For starters, this was supposed to be a free-form press conference to let everyone know that Biden is still sharp and his mental acuity is still there, except for he opened up the press conference telling everybody that he had a list of approved people to call on to ask questions.
I'll take your questions. I've been given a list of people to call on here.
And as he was mumbling and fumbling his way through his speech, he goes on to talk about how NATO was born out of World War II, insinuating that the Soviet Union was an enemy during World War II and forgetting that the Soviet Union was an ally and NATO has nothing to do with World War II.
The post-war era is over. What is going to replace it? And I respectfully suggest I have a pretty good idea what that should be. I've convinced a lot of people to follow it.
But even though this press conference was horrible for Biden, this is just one press conference in a litany of PR mental breakdown blunders. During the NATO conference, he introduced President Zelensky as President Putin.
Over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin.
A recently unedited version of his interview on the Earl Ingram show has Biden bragging about having more blacks than any other administration in history, but then says he don't know if they are going to be hung or if they're convicted of murder.
In addition to that, I have more blacks in my administration than any other president, all of the presidents combined, and major positions, cabinet positions. I don't know if they even call for their hanging or not, but they said they're convicted of murder.
He also made sure to let everybody know that he's following the advice of his commander-in-chief.
I'm following the advice of my commander-in-chief.
And he also wouldn't have selected Donald Trump as his vice president if he didn't know what he was doing.
I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, but I think she was not qualified to be president.
And he also wanted to let everybody know that he is getting tested every single day to make sure that he is in good mental shape, and also that he's going to bring Japan and Korea back together.
I've taken 3 significant and intense neurological exams by a neurologist. In each case, as recently as February. And they say I'm in good shape, okay? Although I do have a little problem with my left foot because it's not as sensitive because I broke my foot and didn't wear the boot. I'm going to go to South Korea. We're going to get the chip. What are you doing? I'm going to get Japan and Korea back together again after essentially having hostilities toward one another since the end of World War II.
Now, I'm not sure if he consulted with Korea about that because I'm pretty sure Korea has no intentions on being conquered by Japan once again. But hey, I'm not at the meeting, so I don't know. But it's interesting that Biden brings up being tested every day because this Parkinsons expert, who admits to being a Democrat, says that Biden is showing all the classic features of mental degeneration and he could diagnose Biden's Parkinsons from across a mall.
Hypophonia, a small monotone voice like this over time, is a hallmark of Parkinsonism. I could have diagnosed him from across the mall.
In other words, Biden's mental decline is easy for everyone to see. So you gotta wonder, are the Democrats setting him up for failure? Are they trying to distract us from something big happening? Anyway,
I'm catching hell from my wife for that. Anyway, it wasn't about just, anyway, that's what it was about. And anyway, it's going to change.